when I got up, I realized there was no electricity. So I thought, oh, that's weird. That's kind of weird. But I didn't give it much of a thought. I thought, oh, it must be local. So I went out and I saw everyone in little groups talking to each other. I said, that's strange. They usually don't do that. They usually look down at their phones and walk like zombies around.
There was a major power outage on April 28, 2025, affecting Portugal and peninsular Spain. Large regions were without power for nearly 10 hours. My friend Peter, he lives in Zaragoza, the fourth largest city in Spain, and quickly recognized the significance of the event. He began recording radiation levels and documenting his observations and interactions. This blackout revealed 3 critical insights, in my opinion. Number 1, during normal conditions, background radiation levels from wireless infrastructure are extreme, far beyond what's needed to support basic voice and text. Once the blackout hit, levels dropped sharply, proving that vastly less radiation is required when mobile data services are offline. Number 2, as connectivity vanished, the phones of passers-by began aggressively searching for a signal, likely transmitting at or near maximum power, in an attempt to reestablish mobile internet access. I don't think these people knew that their phones were doing this. These involuntary emissions flooded the local area around these people with RF radiation. And number 3, I think most telling of all, once mobile data services were extinguished, face-to-face social interaction resumed almost instantly. The spell was broken. Here we go. I hope you enjoy this interview with Peter. Okay, and you are a night owl. I know that. And you didn't get up until late, so you didn't know anything about the scope of this. And you simply, when you woke up, I guess, to no power in your apartment, which is, incidentally, for those people who don't know, a white zone constructed within the fourth largest city in Spain, almost 750,000 people. So Peter has a white zone in his apartment that he's carefully crafted. So I imagine you woke up without power, and then you were telling me you went outside and you saw something unusual, which was people talking to each other. So do you want to talk briefly about that?
Yes, that's very unusual. As you say, I got up at 1 p.m. roughly, so I thought I will take my dogs out for a walk to the park, and I went out. I live in pedestrian road, so there's no cars here, so people were talking to each other. I thought, how strange. Well, I noticed there was no electricity in my apartment, but I thought, oh, who cares? It's something normal. Sometimes it just happens. So, but then I realized there was no electricity in the whole neighborhood. And when I arrived to the park, I saw again groups of people talking to each other. I thought, wow, how strange. Is it a nuclear war starting, or why people are talking to themselves normally? they are watching their mobile phones, and they hardly even notice me with my extraterrestrial looks. So anyway, I got to the park and I started recording in the street. But of course, I couldn't put everything on my videos because there are kids which we are not allowed to show their faces. There are cars, plate numbers which are not allowed, so on. So anyway, I tried to record when there was nobody around. It was very hard. But yes, I made some measurements on the first location, then I went to the park and did the other 2 locations.
So it just amazing, just absolutely amazing difference between, and what we're talking about here is involuntary exposure to radio frequency radiation. That's the point. This is wireless trespass. There's no way to opt out of it in a normal home. So levels of 160,000 going down to 2 when the power was off, 800,000 going down to 14, 116,000 going down to 342. And then you were just about to talk about people poisoning themselves and maybe not being aware of it, because in the longer video that you recorded, which I will put in the comments so people can take a look at, you made a special point of talking about how people would pass by when you're trying to take these measurements. And as they passed by, there was a huge cloud of radio frequency radiation going with them. So please continue.
My Safe and Sound Pro was in green. It was in the green zone, under 10 microwatts per square meter if there was nobody around. What I basically do, I always go out with my Safe and Sound. I always carry it with me. And if somebody asks me, why do you wear this strange outfit? I start explaining them, and I show them, look, the levels inside and outside. I have always my Safe and Sound, and I show them the levels. I say, look, inside it is green, outside we have this. And then I say to them, please remember that most of it comes from your phone. I say, look, even today, I could measure just 30 microwatts in one spot. It is a nice street with no radiation. The levels are very low. And I thought, I'll show this woman. So I said, now take out your phone and I'll show you. And her phone wasn't emitting anything. I said, just touch the screen. And it went up to 1 million from their phone. Right, so right. I said, look, this is what you're exposing your baby to. She was pregnant. Yeah, yes, I mean, people are not aware, and those who are aware, they just don't want to know. It's like showing them, but they don't want to know what I try to tell them. I said, look, you are poisoning yourself. They say, well, we must die of something, though. Don't worry. So go on. I tend to drift off, so please keep me on the right track, Keith.
Well, I think all of us drift off, because this is such a massive topic, but I just want to keep this video very short and very pointed, and I want to review the 3 things that we talked about. Number 1, there are egregious levels of radio frequency radiation that imply involuntary exposure everywhere, public spaces, in your home, in your bedroom, and they come from the infrastructure which powers our high-tech, modern lives. And that became clear during this extended power outage, because areas that were in the hundreds of thousands of microwatts per square meter suddenly came down to 2 microwatts, 14, 342 levels, much, much lower. So that's item 1. Item 2 is that it was obvious, if you watched the long-form video that you have made, it was obvious that these incredibly high levels were surrounding the people, the passers-by that walked around. And so, please, folks, consider just having a cell phone on, whether you're accepting a call, whether you're getting a text, whether you're on it or not. It has this continuous emissions, periodic emissions of radiation. So just be aware of that. And the last thing is, and then I want to, just sign off after this, but the last one was the effect on people. So you woke up, you went outside and took your dogs, and it was very strange because people were speaking to each other. People were gathering. And I've heard other stories from other places that there were many people playing in the park. I think you mentioned to me it was difficult to get a space that was away from these people. So those 3 things, keep those in mind. Peter, how can people get in touch with you if they would like?
Well, I have my Telegram channel, Soluciones 5G, the Torito, and my YouTube channel. On my videos, I always have at the beginning and at the end, my email is there for anyone who wishes to contact me. I don't claim to be an expert. I become sort of an expert by exposing myself and by remediating my home and I wear a bodysuit. So if anyone wants to ask me questions, I'm joinable by email, and please leave your comments in my videos, and I will be happy to help anyone. I don't charge anything. I'm doing this for the humanity. If you are okay with me not being a certified expert, what can I say?
All right, Peter, I really appreciate that. I appreciate your how many people that you're helping as well, and your ongoing activities in this area. You and I are going to have another interview, hopefully very soon. You've been teasing me with some new designs that you've come up with, so I'll look forward to you sharing those, and we can have a longer conversation at that point. Peter, thanks for this, and thanks for all that you do.
Yes, thank you, Keith. It's always a pleasure and an honor to be on your channel, to have a chat with you. It's always nice. God bless you, brother.
God bless you too.
The EMF Remedy podcast is a project of EMF Remedy LLC. We'd like to be your trusted guide for achieving a better EMF environment in your home. The contents on this podcast are provided for informational purposes only and are not intended to substitute for the advice provided by your doctor or other healthcare professional. It is not intended to be, nor does it constitute healthcare or medical advice. Opinions of guests on this podcast do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the EMF Remedy podcast.